Durban South African comedian Tumi morake has issued an apology via social media after comments she made during a show did not find favor with parents of children with Down syndrome. During a recent roast comedy battle on Comedy Central, morake went head-to-head with fellow comedian Shalk Bezhuwa-Den-Out, when she said, "You Bezhuwa-Den-Out are 2 claps away from Down syndrome, bitch." Taking to her Facebook page, morake said the utterance had been made at the height of their insulting each other. "I apologize unreservedly for my comments. I do not condone in any way the discrimination against or the ignorance around people with DS. I hope the parents of children with Down syndrome and people living with it find it in their hearts to forgive me. I was not out to harm and I own up to how hurtful, thoughtless, harmful and ignorant it was. I will do my best to make it right and it will be as public as the way the offense came," she said. Parents of children with Down syndrome have expressed their disgust at morake's comments. Speaking to the Daily News, Elaine Passmore said she was horrified that Down syndrome was the punchline of morake's joke. Passmore's son has Down syndrome and is 9 years old. "As a parent, we want the best for our children. We want them to be happy, loved and have the best in life. When a parent finds out their child has Down syndrome, they have to become an advocate for their child. We have to fight constantly against a stigma in society, where our kids are not seen to have abilities," she said. Passmore said children with Down syndrome faced a battle of being excluded from mainstream settings. "As parents we are often begging, pleading and fighting certain systems that deny our children their human rights. I will not accept this," she said. Nicolene Arnoldi said, "The fact that she said this makes the world think it is acceptable. I have to fight for my son every day. I educate people and try my best to keep everyone informed that Down syndrome is not an illness, it is a condition, and my son and all people with DS have the right to have a life," she said. Arnoldi said her son, who is 4, attended a mainstream preschool and was progressing well. "He deserves the right to have all of this," she said. Janus Horn, a Durban businessman, said he was infuriated by morake's remarks. Horn, who has written to MultiChoice and the Broadcasting Complaints Commission of SABC-CSA, said he understood that vulgar language was expected from comedians, but the comments were unacceptable. "As a father with a 5-year-old son with Down syndrome, we try and give them the best possible chance to succeed and have a normal life, if you can call it that. Comments like this are degrading and insulting and should not be on air. I know it was only comedy, but this is not funny," he said. Shonice Martin, registrar at the BCCSA, said she could not comment on a matter as they had yet to review the footage from the show. In October, morake found herself in hot water with the BCCSA after she made comments on her Jacaranda FM radio show. Earlier this year, popular media personality Fat Joe faced the wrath of parents after he said he was feeling Down syndrome during his afternoon drive show on East Coast Radio. The Durban-based radio station had to pay a $30,000 fine to the BCCSA. Daily